So next, we will move on to the panel discussion. So in this session, we will welcome startups that have participated in GSAP before, and they will share the real story and experience that you can only gain by going through the programs. So I will call the name of our speakers, so please come up to the stage. Mibayo Ebina-san, and Triumph Ishida-san, and the moderator will be Erika Suzuki. So Erika will be here, and Evina-san, and Ishida-san.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Okay, since we had an insightful panel fireside chat from accelerators, and they're the supporters, so I like to hear more about the real experiences from the startups who actually experienced the GSAP program. And the Shuichi-san from Triumph experienced the GSAP 2024, so last year, the manufacturing tech course, and Evina-san is from sustainability course for the last year, which Roy supported. So for this panel discussion, I would like to discuss about like what you gained from the GSAP and what was the main purpose of actually participating in the GSAP in the first place, and also did you get the benefit from the GSAP program, and how you utilize that benefit from the GSAP for the next step. And yeah, so I would like to start with the introduction from Evina-san.
Thank you, Suzuki-san. Hi, everyone. And I'm a little bit nervous. Roy is here. It's kind of like, I feel like some parents' day
Yeah,
in
it's
the
like
school.
a visiting day.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for coming today. I'm Yuki Ebina, Chief Strategy Officer at the MiBio. I joined this company in 2025, February, and almost about a year. And I joined the last year GSAP program together with the third derivative, Energy Nexus, and Japan Energy Fund. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a sustainability course, and I actually I former I hear I the master mariner. I worked for the large shipping company before, 180 degrees different industry, and I joined the startup company. But I had the work for that company in LA Long Beach from 2020 to 2024 for operating the large vessel fleet. And at that time, I working together with the CVC arm in Silicon Valley, and I joined some of the sourcing of the U.S. startup and also the investment for the U.S. startup. So that's why I really I realized that at the time, and it's very important to connect with the large traditional conventional company in Japan with the startup technology. So that's why I changed my career to the startup and learning until now. So our company making the bio-based chemicals. Our core technology is a photo switch technology for biomanufacturing process. And the target compound is aromatic compounds, which is the essential raw material for the chemical products. And so we will making from no using the petrochemical, using the microbe and also the biomass to green chemicals. So the platform business, and of course, we want to achieve the decarbonization and also economic security. So recently, so we always say we are the green tech, clean tech like that. But recently, so everybody knows about the huge problem in the home street, and that is kind of the the pushing our business, of course. So we have to secure economic security in the Asian countries. So that is our theme, like that. Yeah, that's about it. And the course outcome, of course, we working together with a great cohort, and then a lot of support from the derivative and then the others and we made some kind of the go-to-market strategy in the U.S. And also had a lot of great connection in the U.S. That's about it. Thank you so much. I
Thank
think maybe more than 3 minutes.
No,
but
no, no,
thank
no,
you.
no, no. But I'll more deep in about like your experience later. So it's great to have you here. And Ishida-san, about your introduction.
Hi, I'm Ishida from CEO of Toyo. Before founding Toyo, I researched a mobility platform during my PhD. And after then, I spent over 10 years at ICE called Sansoken, and I researched manufacturing and facility and industrial systems. And Toyo is robotic startups, and we focused on mobility system for manufacturing. I think when people hear the mobile robot, they think AGVs or AMRs for logistics. But we focused on manufacturing floor people where people move materials manually. I think manufacturing have been optimized for mass production, but we believe the mobility can change the production flow itself and more manufacturing flexibility. And after joining GSAP 2024, we established the US entity in January 2026, and so we just started our overseas expansions. As you can hear, my English is still work in progress, but I hope to share my honest thought and experience today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's how do you say? Yeah, I was gonna say it does the panel discussion topic doesn't have to be beautiful, and they are having a tough time in expanding their business and actually participating in the acceleration program. So they just Evina-san specifically talked about like how you got the connections and you get to talk to the VCs, and that's beautiful. But even if that's not beautiful, I'd like to share some stories about like how tough it was for the cohorts, and that I think that would cheer them up. So I like to make this panel discussion as honest as possible and make cohorts that maybe it's a time to actually expand your business into the US market. So I would like to get into the panel discussion. And I think you guys are, so for the last year, Ishida-san participated in the GSAP and Ebina-san participated in the GSAP last year. And what was the how do you say, what was the trigger to actually participate in the global startup acceleration program, since you had a business in here, and I would say like expanding their business in the US market or global market is kind of like I wouldn't say extra, but that's like a more effort. That takes more effort. So what was the trigger to make that decision to expand your business? Do you have any like trigger or the opportunity that you actually think about that global expansion?
Yes. Actually, our CEO joined last year, 2 years ago, GSAP program for the StatX. And at the time, as you know, the business is bio manufacturing, the biochemical like that. So it's not actually. I'm sorry, but not much, not so much. But so that's why so CEO said, we want to join the next year. So that means the last year GSAP program, but it may be better to join the sustainability course from the different aspects. So that's why we not much prepared for the GSAP program, and also global expansion. That we didn't go to the other area much, Singapore, Asia, and also Europe. It's almost zero, and then join this program. So I think it's everybody has a great opportunity to join the GSAP program, even not prepared.
It's like a jumping into the.
Yes.
Okay, okay. That's also a great trigger too. Do you have any trigger or like
Trigger. Yeah.
yeah the
I
things
think
that made your decision to go to the U.S.?
from the beginning, we never planned to stay Japan because our target is manufacturing, so it's of course global. So we founded 2023, but before since 2023 we explored some acceleration program, Asia, Europe, and US. One big reason is speed gap in Japan. So in manufacturing, this year we bought one or two robots. Next year, three or five robots. But so speed, startups growth speed and not didn't match. So and the decision to focus on U.S. market in GSAP, and we saw the U.S. scale and energy in the Midwest. And final trigger is we received the LOI from a potential customer, and this LOI is not just interest, their commitment to implement. So
Okay.
we decide to set up US entity. Yeah.
Okay. It's actually your answer answered my next question, like how you prepared to join the GSAP program. And many of the startups ask me, oh, is it the right time to join any acceleration program? Like my English is not good and the product is not fit yet and everything. But so it's like the timing was coming and you just jump into the opportunity that you just received, and that was the timing. It's not like it was settled or anything, and that's also really cool. And like it's since you didn't much prepared or how to say localize your products into the of the U.S. market, is there any obstacles or barriers that you thought that was when you actually went to the U.S.? Like, did you find any hard points of getting to the U.S. market?
Yes, I think especially for our target in the U.S. is one of the number one is the investors in the future. So we almost finished the pre-series A round in this time, but we are going to the Series A within 1.5 years. So at the time, of course, we need a large money. So we want to approach to the U.S. investor. It's not only U.S. investor, overseas investor. So that is one aspect. And then second one is how we can adapt our business in the U.S. To get the potential customer and also the partner. The partner meaning is the biomanufacturing needs a lot of the glucose. The glucose meaning is the cane sugar, like that, and also the cornstarch. So we want to approach some grain company, and then out market is of course the chemical industry. So it's two aspect. So it's before going to the GSAP, it's a very scarlet, but yeah, Roy helps a lot, and our account manager in the South Derivative always keep trying to introduce a lot of mentors in the specific industry vertical. So that is super helpful for us to align our strategy in the U.S. So yeah, that's kind. I'm not sure this is
The lack
good
of the
answer.
connections beforehand, like how do you say, the lack of connections with the suitable VCs or suitable potential customers was lacking before entering the GSAP program.
Yes, that's
but,
right.
mhm.
Yeah, so investor timeline and also our growth timeline.
Right.
Yeah, as Ishida-san said. So that is very important. And so that's why we have to thinking about when we have to the push the axle to the investor and also the customer. But this program is totally covered that kind of thing.
When did you feel that difference of the time, like how do you say that, the investor's time and the founder's time? Like how did you feel that? Like how did you find out that difference? Is there any experience of like, oh, like that's the speed that investors are following in the United States?
I think Ichida-san is better answer.
Yeah, answer Japanese is very easy, but please more simple question.
I think maybe the gap, the coming from, it's are we not yet the product market fit, but I have confident about the market concept fit. So that's a kind of it's a little bit different, right? But how to explain that kind of thing to the U.S. investor is we need some technique, right? So yeah, so that's why that is some gap before we joined this program. But I feel like more clear what is the point the U.S. investor looking at. So.
What's the point that the investors are looking at in the United States?
I think, yeah, it's of course the speed with we need the speed, but I mean, we have to show them, the detail and the exact timeline that for getting the cash, and also, how many, customer already, approach and had a connection in the U.S. side, so that how, commit the U.S. market from that startup, so that kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like U.S. investors are seeing whether they are actually committed into the U.S. market, whether they have the base in there or they have some employees over there, or like that's how like they're seeing how serious they are about the U.S. market, right? Right. Is there any experience of like how to say finding what's the point that investors are seeing in your business?
Yeah, now we are fundraising in Series B round. We now communicate with US VCs, but they ask speed and traction is important. But they request localize to US market, US customers. I think localize means not just translations. For like it is about adapting operations. I think even in automotive, US and Japan's industry is same, but in Japan's people think broadly, so responsibilities and like kaizen, gemba is a Japanese word, but now the English word. So the thinking is broadly, but I think US work style is very clear to role and responsibility. So we need to design our system to fit operations in US. So this is a very big barrier. But so now we POCs in on-site. So it's, yeah.
That's great. So even though you have the barriers and obstacles, there's still some benefit that you got from the GSAP program by participating GSAP program. And did you get to overcome the obstacles by participating in GSAP program, or is there any the great value that you found through the participating GSAP program?
I want to speak up on, yes, one of the great thing is I work together with a great cohort. So our, I think 7 or 8 maybe, is all the startup is really, attractive and also aggressive, very active, and the founder and also top management. So still after finish the GSAP, still we connected very strong, and some of the startup CEO introduced us another investor, and also we chat each other through the messenger or something like that, and every day for change the information, and also accelerator in the US, the 3D still our key account manager is introducing us. The other is a Singapore investor or the other country, the mentor or something like that. That's super helpful. So that is one of the big benefit for this program.
I think they just mentioned that accelerators do not work for them. They're just like making the connections and making opportunities. And I think that's the case that utilizing the opportunities that the accelerator made, and that's the benefit that accelerators are actually wanting. So that's great. That's really cool. Did you find any the value that you received by participating GSAP?
Yeah. For global expansions, we cannot remove all uncertainty. So we need to have a clear hypothesis, like a region and applications. And the most value in GSAP is talking directly with customers on the ground. So not only data and some materials. So I think decision making is critical. So we need first-hand information is very important. So GSAP is very good. They introduce on-site and some talk with not accelerator visit manual, not manual, sorry, working people. That experience is good for me.
Yeah,
Decision. Yeah.
that's actually the opinion that we receive often from the manufacturing tech course participants, like how the accelerators are really close to the potential customers and investors that they can potentially get invested by. So that's the closeness of the accelerators and the potential customer VCs are one of the really big valuable parts of the manufacturing tech course, I think. And we have about 5 minutes left, so I'd like to move on to the question that I was thinking about the last questions, but is there any way that you think to maximize the benefit that you received from the GSAP program? So you say the connections and like how the cohorts were the most value that you received from the GSAP, and also you said that the Shuichi-san said that how you could receive the information from the person who's in that industry, and the real voice from that industry was the most valuable thing from the GSAP program. And after you participate in the GSAP program, what was the tips to maximize the benefit that you received through the GSAP program?
I think just only one thing: to keep moving and to keep contacting. So GSAP they gives us a lot of connection, a lot of network. But if we will not continue to talk with them, then of course with that kind of relation going to the finish. But still, we connected with the mentors and also investors. For us, it's still a little bit early stage for asking the actual investment from the U.S. investor, but it's great to update after we got some big traction in the it's not only in the U.S., in the Japan as well. So they can hear they will hear about our update. So that is very important for keep continue on using that GSAP benefit.
Right. Like keep in touch and building a relationship that with the VCs or how to say the potential customers that when you actually have the news to update, you need to say that to them, and you need to build a relationship for that. Like when you actually have the updates to keep in touch. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Do you have any tips to maximize the tips or things that you're actually maybe doing to maximize your benefit that you received through the GSAP?
I think almost everyone, but in GSAP I learned decision making, and the most impressive questions in GSAP. Some potential customers said me, "Are you serious about the manufacturing in the U.S.?" It means if technology is good, but if technology is good, but it cannot work because we don't have maintain, and in software it's easy, I think. So sell and leave is okay, but hardware is we need maintenance point and stock or like a warehouse. So, 鶏と卵。chicken and egg. I think all time, always, all things are chicken and eggs. But so we need to decision is very important. I think that's a learning from this app.
Yeah, thank you. Not only not only participating in the program, but actually connecting that participation to the next step and having that conversation with the VCs or people that you met through the GSAP program. And that's a part that people need to keep in mind after participating in the GSAP program. And I saw that many founders of CEOs are here tonight. So if you, for the last question, I would ask you to say some words for the CEO or founders who are maybe thinking to participate in the GSAP program for this year. Do you have any words for them to cheer them up or consider before the GSAP program participation? It can be anything. It can be a negative thing too.
Yeah, please submit application right now.
It was like I was forcing you to say, but no.
I think it's never mind about the stage of the startup. I think it's because we are still really early and not much traction at the time. But after joining, yeah, it's not only for the U.S. It's kind of the mindset issue, right? So yeah, I went to Europe after that, and also like Southeast Asia, Singapore, Thailand, like that. So it's totally a lot of benefit for approach to the other countries. It's not only in the U.S. So please, submit the form, and after that, you got a lot of friends in JETRO and also the carve-out.
Thank you very much for the promotion. Do you have any words for them, Shiichi-san?
Yeah, I think speed is more important. So we after GSAP, we joined the US incubation hub in 3 months, and but we set up the US entity in Detroit, but there are no Japanese, so we miss you. So please come to join the Midwest.
Japanese companies there.
No Japanese startups.
Okay, great, thank you. We will have the networking events and they will be participating. So if you want to hear more about the real stories and more details about their experience, you get to talk to them. And also we will have Roy and Ian to the networking events. So more details will be done in the networking events. And I would like to close this panel discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much all.